You just realized your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. Stop struggling to get your job post seen on other job sites. With Indeed sponsored jobs, your post jumps to the top of the page for your relevant candidates, so you can reach the people you want faster. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs posted directly on Indeed have 45% more applications than non-sponsored jobs. Don't wait any longer. Speed up your hiring right now with Indeed. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/PODKATZ13. Just go to Indeed.com/PODKATZ13 right now and support our show by saying you heard about Indeed on this podcast. Terms and conditions apply. Hiring? Indeed is all you need.
Welcome back to Icons of Influence, where we explore the lives and legacies of individuals who have reshaped our world with purpose, passion, and persistence. Today's icon, one of the most powerful and prolific artists of our generation, Taylor Swift. When we talk about Taylor Swift, we're not just talking about a chart-topping singer. We're talking about a cultural force who has reinvented herself and the music industry time and time again. Let's rewind to the beginning. Taylor's journey started in Pennsylvania, where she was writing songs and playing guitar before she was even in her teens. At 14, she became the youngest artist signed by Sony ATV, and by 16, her self-titled debut album had launched her into the country music spotlight. But from the start, Taylor was never content to stay in one lane. She broke the mold of the country ingenue. She told stories, real, vivid, emotionally raw stories, and she wrote every single one of them herself. That set her apart, especially in an industry where young women were often seen more than heard. Then came the transformation. With Red, 1989, Reputation, and beyond, Taylor shifted genres with boldness and precision, moving from country to pop, experimenting with synths and soundscapes, and constantly evolving without losing the essence of what made her great, storytelling. Each album became a timestamp, a diary entry, a mirror of a moment, and she wasn't afraid to take risks or shake off expectations, pun intended. Taylor Swift didn't just evolve, she led the evolution, and her audience followed, growing with her, album after album. Now let's talk about what makes Taylor not just an artist, but a business powerhouse. In 2019, Swift made headlines for a battle over the rights to her masters. Most artists, when they sign to a major label, give up ownership of their original recordings. Taylor challenged that. When her former label sold her masters to someone she didn't trust, she didn't just make a statement, she made a move. She began re-recording her old albums, creating Taylor's versions, and inviting her fans to be part of that reclamation journey. It wasn't just symbolic, it was a masterclass in creative ownership. Let's be clear, Taylor Swift made owning your own work cool. She educated millions of young listeners about intellectual property, artist rights, and why ownership matters, not just in music, but in every field. And financially, the Eras Tour became one of the highest grossing tours of all time. She's generated billions, yes, billions, with her music, merchandise, streaming deals, and live performances. She negotiates her own contracts. She's meticulous about branding, and she's created an economy around her name, supporting local businesses, stadiums, and entire cities with every tour stop. Taylor isn't just part of the industry. She's redefined what it means to be a musician, mogul, and movement. Taylor's influence goes beyond the music charts. It's etched into the social and cultural fabric. Let's talk feminism. Early in her career, Taylor was often labelled as boy crazy or overdramatic for writing songs about her relationships. But what male artist doesn't do the same? That double standard didn't go unnoticed, and Taylor started to speak out about it. She began to evolve her public stance, opening up about sexism in the industry, fighting back against media narratives and encouraging her fans to question the boxes society tries to put women into. And then there's her political awakening. For a long time, Taylor avoided political commentary, but in recent years, that's changed dramatically. She publicly endorsed candidates who support LGBTQ+ rights and racial justice. She's called out white supremacy and misinformation, and her documentary Miss Americana revealed the internal struggle she faced in stepping into that political space. She's not perfect, and she's been open about that too. She's learning, growing, and inviting her audience to do the same. And that vulnerability, that willingness to evolve in public, is part of what makes her so influential. She uses her platform not just to perform, but to provoke thought, to challenge injustice, and to stand for something bigger than herself. Here's the thing about Taylor Swift that truly sets her apart from so many of her peers: her unshakable connection with her audience. She isn't just a singer-songwriter, she's a chronicler of emotion, a mirror to millions of listeners who see their own stories reflected in hers. Whether it's the pain of a teenage heartbreak, the exhilaration of starting over, or the quiet ache of nostalgia, Taylor has an uncanny ability to articulate what many of us can't quite find the words for. But her connection goes far beyond lyrics. She's revolutionized the fan-artist relationship. Think about it. Who else throws secret sessions where she personally invites fans to her home to preview her albums? Who leaves handwritten notes in surprise merch drops? Who spends hours online interacting with fans, liking their posts, showing up in their comments, and even helping pay for tuition or medical bills? Taylor doesn't just build a fan base, she builds a community, a space where people feel seen, safe, and celebrated. Her fans, affectionately known as Swifties, are not just an audience. They are co-narrators in her evolving story, and part of her brilliance lies in how she's turned that connection into an ecosystem of empowerment. She's used her platform to uplift others, female artists, indie musicians, LGBTQ+ voices. She's spoken openly about mental health, about body image struggles, about growing up under constant public scrutiny, and in doing so, she's created space for others to do the same. Taylor Swift's legacy isn't just about the number of Grammys on her shelf or the billions of streams she's earned. It's about the people who found courage, comfort, or clarity through her music. Now let's talk longevity. Many artists have a moment. Few build a movement. Even fewer build an era-defining empire. Taylor's already achieved more in her 30s than most artists do in a lifetime, but she's far from done. She's venturing deeper into filmmaking and directing. Her short film for All Too Well wasn't just critically acclaimed, it proved that she has the storytelling instincts and artistic vision to move beyond music and into cinema. She's also shaping the future of the industry itself. With her public fight for artist rights, her outspoken criticism of exploitative contracts, and her business-savvy re-recordings, she's setting new standards, ones that younger artists are watching and learning from. And what's perhaps most powerful, she's still evolving. Taylor is not afraid of transformation. In fact, she welcomes it. She's shown us that it's okay to grow, to change our minds, to learn from our past selves without shame. Her journey is a testament to reinvention with purpose. So what's next? More albums, films, books, activism, whatever it is, it will come with intention, impact, and that signature Taylor Swift authenticity. Because Taylor isn't just chasing success, she's curating a legacy, one that is bold, inclusive, imaginative, and undeniably influential. And with every step she takes, she redefines what it means to be not just an icon, but a force for good in the world. Taylor Swift reminds us that influence isn't just about spotlight moments. It's about staying true to your voice, learning out loud, and using every reinvention as a way to connect deeper, lead stronger, and stand taller. Thanks for joining me for this episode of Icons of Influence. If you enjoyed it, share it with a friend, leave a review, and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. And remember, your voice matters, Your story has power, and like Taylor taught us, you can start in one place and still rewrite your entire narrative. Until next time.